Yep, just me and you. Can you hear me okay? See the street back there? That's pretty cool, right? I don't know if you can see. Yeah, I kind of like it. The last time we had the parking lot. Oh, this is better. And I can see the ocean from here too. What are you doing up so late? Well, it's not really late. Late is like 1, 2. That's late for me anyway. Yeah, you should have came. Facial. Nathan likes drums. Hello, how are you? Welcome to Florida. I'm in a hotel room in Florida, and that's my view. I kind of like it. It reminds me of the city. I had the air conditioner on. I turned it off because I thought it'd be too noisy. So it's getting warm in here. I could open the window. I don't want I don't want bugs to come in. Nathan, Alana, Nathan says hello. How's the picture? Good? We had ice cream. Sophia had ice cream twice today. 2 times. Twice. I don't know. It looks like rain. So we're probably going to hit the beach. And maybe rent a scooter or something. Young Brian, hello. It's going pretty good. How do you like the view? Let me see if I can get a little more. Oh, there it is. That's a little better. You don't have to look at my head. Let me see. Yeah, there you go. Isn't that cool? Yeah, that's awesome. There's like a block away. There's an ice cream parlor that makes the best ice cream. It's so good. Kilwins. I've been on the coconut ice cream kick. Sophia can't sleep. Well, we took naps. We went to eat. We ate on the boardwalk, and we took like almost a 2-hour nap. And then she can't sleep now. You want to walk now? No. Negative. Go on your cell phone. Oh, go on the cell phone. See how it looks. Let me see. Go ahead. Okay.
Why is it so close?
Because so we can see out at the window. Well, it wasn't so much being jet lagged. It was more like just getting up early and getting on the plane and just being off schedule, kind of. Not being out, working. It's just that's pretty much what it was.
Dad, You're sleeping on this side.
All right. What? Oh yeah, I got it. I didn't get a chance to look at it yet. I will when I get to it. So we went in the pool. That was fun. And I had a race with this. I was racing in the pool swimming. I think the kid let me beat him. Ian, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. It's really nice here, and it's a pretty easy vacation. And like this hotel, the Comfort Inn, it's such a great deal. And they gave me a military discount, and they put me like on the sixth floor, all the way in the back, the last room from the elevator. The last time we were here, they gave us a great room, but this is fine. It's the same thing. I'm all right with it. Actually, I like this view better than the view I had last year. Yeah. And then the car, I can't believe it. I rented a car for $52 from today until next Wednesday. How is that even possible? To rent the it's a Corolla, but still, to rent the car for that kind of money, that's nothing for the whole week. Oh, cool. Yeah, I want to go up there. What, by the Great Lakes? Yeah. Some companies give great discounts for veterans in the military. Wow. I mean, some they give you like some fantastic discounts. Like T-Mobile, they gave me 50% off my phone bill. That's like a new thing they have. Is there like a lot of glare in my glasses? Because maybe like you guys can't see what I put. Oh, that's better. I look like Spock. That's it. I did that right. Spock. I make a good Spock. Maybe if I get some. I wouldn't be as smart as Spock, but I think I can look as good as Spock. That's probably it. Kelly, how are you? Good to see you. Ah, thank you. That's nice. It's always good to see you, Kelly. I got my Spock glasses on. Give a thumbs up, guys. Thank you. Yeah, well, I have to plan something else with Sophia for like August. So I'm thinking about going to Montreal, and I got to see if she has a passport. I don't know if they're going to let her in with just a birth certificate or she needs a passport. Oh, thank you, Kelly. Yeah, you're not too far. I mean, North Carolina, you'd probably 8 hours away. Take an Uber, but you could. I mean, if you want to come down, we have plenty of room. Just well, what about so? Glone, how are you? Good to see you. Good morning. Okay. It's 11 o'clock here, 10 after 11 in Florida. And the beaches, they must have had a big storm. There's a lot of seaweed on the shore. Last year, the water was like spotless. It was so kind of phenomenal. And I didn't see too many turtle nests. I don't know if I came in July last year. I mean, or August, because last year there was so many turtle nests. Oh, upstate New York. Okay, so Kelly, all right. So we're almost neighbors. New Jersey, upstate New York. Yeah, but there's a lot. I thought it was like low tide because I saw a lot of spots in the water. And then when we went down to the beach, it was all seaweed. And it's all right. I mean, it's part of nature. Yeah. But hopefully tomorrow we're gonna go down to like Boca. They have beaches over there. Maybe we'll see some turtle nests. No, I like to see the turtles hatch. You know, when the turtles come out, that'd be awesome. But people like kind of camp out and wait because sometimes they hatch at night, and then you got to go out there with flashlights and see them running out. People protect them from the birds. They help them in the water. I don't know if that's a good thing, to help them or just let nature take its course. Yeah, I'll put some on my head too. Maybe my hair. You see what they have? I'm looking on Facebook. They have like all these guys that want to like get a tattoo. So like it looks like you shaved your head. Like those guys who have a lot of hair. They have that that like shaved look. Man, you know how much tattooing that is? Forget it. I ain't doing that. I'm happy just the way I am. No haircuts. You know, it saves time. You don't have to go to the barber. I don't have to comb it. I don't have to worry about shampoo, hairspray, owning a. I don't even own a comb. Believe it or not, I don't own a comb. I don't. Well, my eyebrows get long, so I have to comb them once in a while. So I do a kind of technically have a comb. Oh, bikers. Yeah, I'm gonna put some seaweed on my eyes. Maybe there's a little crab in it. There's a lot of crabs out here, Alana. I'm crabby enough. I don't need some more crabby. Toothbrushes? Oh, right. Yeah, I could use my toothbrushes. Is that too loud, the air conditioning? Oh, if I can hear it, you can hear it. I was gonna let the room cool off a little bit. Oh, good. Sorry, guys. It's kind of I kind of like this view. There's a big hotel back there that I can look at. All the other hotels. There's the parking lot, township parking lot. And then all the way on the first floor is a subway. Looks like there's nobody ever in there. And they're still there. The pool here is awesome. What a great pool. It's 7 feet on one end, and I think it goes down to 4 feet or 3 feet. It's just a fantastic pool. They have a big slide, a tiki bar. I didn't see it open today. Usually it's open, but it wasn't open. You're doing that now? Wow. Did you work today, Alana? Oh, you did? Not me. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Working, your hair's growing in, and that's 4 yeses. Actually, 2 questions. Night Shane, what's up, pal? It's going pretty good. I'm in a hotel room. That's my view. Oh, thanks, bro. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, it is. We were here last year and we had like an ocean view, but this is much better. And we're on the top floor, so you can see a lot more. If you see that, like that sign there, oh, you can't. I guess pointing at it. That bright sign all the way in the back next to that red sign, that's the Kilwin's ice cream parlor. They make awesome stuff, fudge, ice cream. It's pretty good. And the beach is like a block from here. You just walk right to the beach, and that's great. And then there's a little town. You can just walk around. There's bars and restaurants. You can just hang out here the whole time. It's so good. And the hotel here has a nice pool too. Okay. Yeah, my hair grows fast too, so I have to constantly keep it cut because it just grows so fast. Like I'll wake up and I have a full head of hair. I won't know what to do with it, so I have to always shave it so it doesn't get too long. What are you up to tonight, Shane? Everyone, bye bye. Oh, really? All right. So maybe I'll try to get a little older so I'll look better. Maybe tomorrow when I wake up, I'll be like 70. So I'll look better. You know? Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, tomorrow when I wake up, I'll be 70. And did I mention that they have a good breakfast here? Mm. English muffins, eggs, sausage, and it's free, complimentary. They're really, I walked around. There's not many places to get like bagels. You have to drive out of town to get like a good breakfast. But there's a place that we went to that does breakfast, and it's like a Jewish deli, and they got all that bagels, they got all that stuff, and it's really good. I forgot the name of it. That was last year. So I got to bring my own bagels next time, or ship them here. So when I get here, I said, "Do I have a package? This is what's in the bagels." I was too thin. Yep. Yeah, I was real skinny back in the day. Just got to lose the sponsor. You know? Yeah, like we went to get something to eat on the boardwalk. It's so cool. And I had two beers, and it just knocked me out. So we came back to the room and we took a nap. I thought you got bagels. Didn't that guy from Staten Island send you bagels? All right. How many bagels can you eat? They bring bagels on my job, and I hate it because you have to eat one, and then like it just like lays in your stomach all day. Like if I don't toast it right, then it just lays in my stomach. So what I do is I toast the bagels, and then they go through easier. Yeah, I mean bagels are easy to make. They all use the same flour. It's like a special flour for bagels. Yeah, they don't use like the same flour bakers make or pizzerias. They use a different flour. It's like made just for bagels. So you could probably make them at home. Yep, the old-fashioned way. Because the key ingredient, the secret to making bagels is boiling them. They put them in that hot water and boil them first, then they bake them. So now you got to ship me bagels so I can try them, right? And don't forget the cream cheese. Oh, here comes. I'm waiting for a cop to like come screaming through here, chasing like a guy, going through red lights and everything, so I can have it on. I can record it. Joyful show. What's up, buddy? Yeah, isn't that a cool view? So I can get out of the way a little more. Oh, there's a palm tree. That's nice. There's a bunch of palm trees around here, and there's bars all around here with good happy hours. There's one place that's buy two get one free. That's not bad. At least you're getting a bike back. Oh, all right. Sophia loves bagels. Yeah, I had two beers and it was like it knocked me out. I feel better now. There's a guy, he runs like a bus service, and he's got this cool van all lit up, and he takes you wherever you want to go in town for like $2, $3. That's not bad. But you could just walk anywhere. Like You walk 2 blocks down, like you're in the main part of town. And I was on the. They have a boardwalk here, and I was on the boardwalk. You got to see the fish these people are catching. You could do it, buddy. I'll be there. I'm gonna be around, but I'm gonna stop in and out. But I'll check you out, bro. Casey, how you doing? How are you? You like my new view? Have a great night's sleep, Casey. Thanks for stopping in, and it was great to see you. Alana, if you put the at sign next to the name, but you got to write out the whole name, then you'll highlight their name. So if you notice how Joyful highlighted your name and then wrote Alana, and I think your name's highlighted. But I think you have to write out the whole name the way it's spelled. Thumbs up, guys. Okay, so let's say, for instance, you see someone in the stream that you want to greet and you want to get their attention. Like in this stream, there's only a few people, so you don't really have to do that. But some streams roll really fast, so you want to get somebody's attention. And what you do is you highlight their name. Like if I type hi, you'll see stream highlights my name automatically. But if you want to highlight somebody's name, you put the at symbol first, no space, and then you write out the entire name. So you can highlight their name, put the at, and highlight their name. You can copy their name and then put the at sign and then paste. It's harder to do on a phone, to highlight and copy, but you'd have to write it out. But in this stream, it's no big deal. If there was a lot of people and it was. Yeah, it's a pain on the phone. You have to write the whole name out because you can't I always try to hold it and try to highlight it like you do on when you're in Google but you can't do it in the stream. Oh, then well, you know how to copy and paste on the laptop on the iPad. Should be able to do it then. But in this stream, I think there's three of us. So it's no big deal. Like if you're ever in a stream with 50 people, 100, there's streams that have thousands of people. So to get somebody's attention, you might have to say hello like 3-4 times and highlight their name, and then they'll say, "Oh, they'll see it," because it just the comments just fly. There you go. You did it. Yeah. Well, when I travel, I'm not gonna fast. I'm just gonna draw myself eat. But I don't want to eat too much when I'm on vacation because then I feel bloated. Like when I don't eat, I feel better. Rank Jams, what's up, Jams? What's up, bro? I'm here in Florida. This is my view. My palm tree is right there. If you see it, that's my palm tree. It's got my name on it. Okay. Well, you highlighted my name, so I guess you know how to do it. Then you're good. That's all that matters. That you can highlight. We're waiting for a police chase. That's what I'm waiting for. Yeah, that should be good. I don't think he's gonna make it. 24 hours. That's rough, bro. I mean, sitting here for 24 hours. I'm lucky I sit on my job for the amount of hours that I'm there. But I'm gonna cheer him on. But he might have like other people on the panel with him just to help him out. He's gonna do a 24-hour live stream. Malloy. That should be something. Like like in 18 hours. You have like full wigs on. You'll need a lot of 5-hour energies. He's gonna put his cell phone next to his bed. You'll have like a recording of him talking. Oh, that should be good. That should be awesome. I'm gonna check you guys out. 11 a.m. That should be good. 24-hour streams. Hardcore. Get a lot of coffee. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that's cool. That'll work out. I got quiet. This town dies like 12, 11 o'clock. Everybody's like in bed. Oh yeah, that's like, and sometimes it puts words in that you don't even want to say. It's like no, I didn't mean that. Especially like with a girl. Oh, what'd you say? Is that what you think about me? Oh no, I didn't mean to call you bitch. I meant to call you best beauty. Right? You type and it types like whatever it wants. Yeah, you're gonna be touring. Wait, who are you gonna tour with? Yep. Nah, man, dude, Rain Jams, you got energy. They should put you on TV. The Rain James Show. That's a good show. That's probably like that's like that's one of my favorite shows. Like watching your show. Yeah, you got a good stream. And the touring was a great idea. And I said, like, how you, like, you actually help people, with their time like that. I'm sure that's probably one of the reasons why you do it, not for yourself, but to help others, achieve their 4,000 hours. Because I'm sure you got like crazy hours. But how to increase traffic? That's what we all want to know. It's just like the nature of YouTube, the traffic. Oh, the YouTube creators, they put out a new YouTube video today. Yeah, and they were saying how what YouTube sees when you put out a video, and they're saying what's the most important thing is the thumbnail. So I'm saying to myself, the thumbnail. How does YouTube? So I guess then they can read the thumbnail somehow, and they're saying that the meta tags don't really mean too much, and the description doesn't mean too much, and you shouldn't put too many external links that are not associated with the video somehow, which makes sense. Because I used to do like some SEO, and the external links and the backlinks, it's what's important on web browsing. Now I don't know about YouTube. See, YouTube, like if you search within YouTube, you're searching their algorithms. But when you search, let's say, Internet Explorer, Safari, or Chrome, now they all have their own algorithms. So there's no way when you type in like a search, especially like for anything, let's say for you want to learn something, you want to be entertained. There's no way they're going to search a thumbnail. Those bots, they're going to search meta tags and description, and then like usually what they'll do is when they search the links that you have in your description, it should refer to the content, not just like backlinking to Facebook or Instagram or anything like that for the search engines like I said, like Chrome, Safari, or Internet Explorer, Netscape, all those older web browsers. So like if you're searching within Google, because the guy Todd, he's the guy who's in charge of the searching, I think within YouTube, but not the searching within Chrome or Google. That's probably two totally different things. Well, if you have like an external website, like a Rank Jams website, um, you want to put the links. Let's say you have a description. You want to link the words in your description that'll link back to another page or to back up what you're saying. So you don't want to just throw any kind of link in there. But they change the algorithms all the time. See, that's how we used to do it. Like if you go on blogs and you watch and you see how people link the words, is because that's how they get backlinks. So like when you're on an external page, the more backlinks you have, meaning that the more people that link to you, then the browsers see you as having an important page. So the more backlinks that you link to, you're helping them. But like backlinks, when you search, backlinks is what makes you come higher up in the search engines. But you really can't go by that because a lot of people are buying keywords. So, for instance, let's say, like I used to be a photographer, and I would try and, you know, have heavy keyword in my state and in my town because I want to keep it local. So you can go and buy AdWords and see how much they're worth. That you know what I mean about AdWords, right? When you want to search on Google, so you want to like advertise. So that's how you can tell what your area is worth. So a lot of these companies, what they do is they go in and they buy these keywords. So let's say they buy photographer. That keyword is worth a lot of money. So if there's a guy who wants to shoot nationwide, maybe he wants to get ranked on page one just for simply typing in photographer. So you're gonna pay a fortune for that because that keyword, for just that one straight up word is gonna could be, cost $25 a click. Probably not, but like if you're an attorney and you want to do like a divorce, mesothelioma, all those like big keywords, or gambling, they're worth a lot of money. And that's what the linking is. But the guy Todd, speaking about YouTube, he said that the all the links that all these people put in don't really help in the search area. It doesn't do anything for you. He says the main thing is thumbnails. Like, thumbnails. That's what makes. That's how you're going to be found in YouTube browser, not the World Wide Web. That's what he's talking about. Yeah, it's not that hard. It used to be that if you had content, you ranked. So like I used to be like New Jersey wedding photographer. I was on page one for a long time. So if you typed in, New Jersey wedding photographer or wedding photographer New Jersey, any combination like that in Union, like my town, I'd have Manhattan, and then like you write articles. So let's say for instance, like if you want to be found, you hire a guy, or you could do it yourself. You write an article about yourself and then submit it to like all the free news feeds if you have a web page, and then you put your link in there. So now as you come up in the news feed, you'll see a lot more traffic that day to your website. So a lot of people, what they do is they just write articles, like, oh, we hired such and such, and they write an article, and then that's news. That's like new stuff. So the bots go for that, and that's another way of promoting your website for the least amount of money or free. But like the easiest way to promote your website is to have AdSense. So depending on your keywords, the, depends what they're worth. Your budget for the day may not be that much. Some guys spend $1,000 a day, 20,000 a day. $50 a day, $10 a day. Like the weekends is usually the cheapest. To promote your website and AdSense. So you get up at a certain time where it's not too much traffic, and you can turn it on, and you won't spend as much money in a certain amount of time. Hello, Sunshine Cooper. How are you? But the internet today is like inundated with all these companies like trying to sell you ranking. And what they try to do also is they try to say, well, what's your budget? So you tell them like, oh, $250 a month. So what they're going to do is they're going to open up an AdWords campaign for you. You can just do it yourself in Google. Why give them a commission? It's so easy. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it depends. The internet is manipulated. You can manipulate the internet. Yeah, I mean, like, see, for like your website that you're not really selling anything, there's no point. So like if you're trying to sell like cars, or you're trying to sell a product, you know, that's like you're trying to sell like water. Everybody needs water. Or you're trying to sell like a service, like a video, or whatever. Then you would use the Google AdWords, because you can buy keywords with websites. Let's say with Walmart, like like certain keywords that you may be competing for a product they're selling, they're going to dominate because their website is gigantic. So a lot of times, what the web browser will do is they'll go by age of your URL. So because they know that you have authority, because you've been there so long, the amount of um, time and effort you put into it, like you're always changing the site, you're adding content to it, pages, you're writing articles, and you're uploading pictures. Like the website is always refreshing itself, and then it goes by the amount of pages. So like a website like Amazon and Walmart, like, and Jet and all these sites, they compete each other big time. So now AOL's been on the net longer than, I think, Walmart. I mean, not AOL. I'm sorry. Uh, Amazon, because they were able to dominate the web before Walmart, and that's Walmart's problem. They don't have that web stance that Amazon has. So when you search for a certain product, Amazon pops up, and eBay. See, eBay's been around longer than Amazon, and they got a ton of content. They'll come right up, boom, maybe like past Amazon, but they're on the same page. Where you might see Walmart on page two, and that's not good enough. It is, some people, they'll go to page two, maybe three, if they're not happy what they see on page one. But usually, everybody's on page one, and then they'll click there. Maybe scroll down a little bit. So when you do the AdWords, the more money you pay, you could be on the first four top spots, and then you have the AdWords on the side. So if you pay a lot of money, you'll be on the top. Nobody will see that, because everybody reads down, and they'll click on it, and that's how people get traffic to the site. But you want to get organic traffic. That's the key. And then you have to deal with all the hackers. Yeah, you got to do a lot of footwork. Organic traffic. So let's say, for instance, like you have, like, there's a fresh product, and you're the first one to bring it out, and you have a lot of content. Meaning, like photographers, like what I used to, like I had, like I don't even have the page anymore. Like I still have the files, but I don't have the URL anymore, because it was just, I stopped using it, and it went like at the page bazillion, because all these new guys, they pay money, and they get put up front. So organic traffic is like, if there's a new product out, and you're the first one to like open a web page on that product, and you show that you're knowledgeable about it, and now everybody's copying your content to boost their website, then you'll move up. So that's organic, meaning that you're not paying for traffic. You get on page one. You are manipulating the words and the content in your website and how it grows without paying any money. And that's organic search. That's what people want, organic, because it's free. Like if you can get on page one, it's good. See, a lot of times and all these stupid, that bump, like people who are trying to make money out, because who cares about WikiLeaks? You're not going to buy nothing on that. And that's what organic is. It's like having a website. Like if somebody's like searching a video, then they would have to hit the video tab in the Google or the whatever search engine they're searching in to bring up all the dominating videos for that subject. So like if you're searching information for a car, and you click on videos, whoever's probably like the top car review guy may come up. Like Doug DeMoro. That guy grew, 4 years, got over 1 million subscribers. And he does like all his videos the same. He's just got that, whatever it is that people subscribe to his channel. When you get a guy like Casey Neistat, if you click on videos, he may not come up because he has a different type of channel. So if you're looking up like he gets sponsored by Samsung, so he's like, oh, I don't use the iPhone, I like Samsung, but he doesn't like quick reviews on it, so he won't really come up on it. But then you'll get, they specialize in cell phone reviews, like they'll come up higher in the web because they have a lot of videos and they have a lot of views, so they'll come up. And that's organic traffic, just like without paying for it. And the other way of getting a lot of organic traffic is you write blogs. So you would have, and then you would have a tab that says blog, and it'll take you to a blog, and then you all day, every day you write, just like like people do daily live streams, do the same thing, do a daily blog. But a daily live stream is not going to help you because there's no content in it. It's just you're going out there, and that's just for YouTube, like when you do that YouTube stuff. But when you have a website and you want to blog, you want to write it. So you can go around and plagiarize like your competitors and see what they're doing, and then write about that. Like you could write, oh, today's live stream, we did this, we had so many people come in, I got so many new subscribers, we streamed on somebody else's channel, and then you can mention them. So you can mention them and put a link back to their channel like that. But you want to, one of the biggest things is you want to try to get people to link back to you on a website. So you want to go, and people pay for that. Like they'll go around paying, like, and it's okay. That's not illegal. Like it's illegal to pay like a company to get you like phony backlinks, because eventually they'll find out and you may get punished for it. But you want to go around and like find websites that like DMAs, and there's a bunch of websites that they host the same content you do, and then you want to go in there and put your link in that with all these other websites, and you could do like 100 something. And then the other thing too is, like I said, it's time. Yeah. Yeah, like YouTube, like a lot of guys, like a lot of companies, they'll use YouTube as like a blog to promote their website. Right. So you have to like find out. Um, well, you're pretty much like entertainment. So you want to find out who's doing like what kind of entertainment, and on your website you want to just go to like start a blog, and then every day add to the blog. Like Google has an easy blog that you can add to it, and add it right to your website, and then like just add content, and then you could put ads on that too. So if you have like AdWords or AdSense, if you're monetized, like you don't have to monetize your YouTube, but you can monetize your blog. And then you could do like how to's, like how to anything. Like you could just write about anything, and as long as the words, the your content is about entertainment and singing, playing the guitar, karaoke, dancing, all that stuff. And you just write about it constantly. So the bigger your blog gets, the more important you seem. So if like you're in a niche market, like what you're in, then it may be easy for you to move up. Then let's say you were trying to sell Coca-Cola or a new drink, or you're trying to sell a new beer. Then like you could do the news thing. Rant Jams is starting a blog, and that'll boost the website. And then you can put a link to the blog in the news. Like you can go to there's a website, Scriptlance used to be called Scriptlance, but if you type in Scriptlance, the new site should come up. So you can get writers in there and hire them, and they charge nothing, like $10, and they'll write you like a giant article, a news article, and uh, they'll submit it to the news sources. So you will go in there, sign up, and you got to like put money in there, like $50 or whatever, and then you put a budget, and you get all these guys. Like I had this one guy from China, and he wrote all my articles. But you got to tell them you can't write like you're from England, because they write like British. So I guess you got to write like you're American, because I'm targeting American audience, like that. But that was for me anyway. But for somebody else, that might work for them. Well, you will go to Google, and they have a blog, and you could link that blog to your website. So what you want to do is like on your website, like you may have started out with 5 pages, but you want to grow it. Like you could do like karaoke, you could do and you could do like how to's, like how to karaoke, stuff like that. And that's how you grow. Because like you got to say like, what am I selling? Like like what are you trying to not nothing but like what are you trying to sell? Because the idea is to grow and earn. So what are you trying to sell? So your blog is going to be about what you're trying to sell. Yeah, YouTube. You go to AdSense or AdWords, and you can pay. And you can pay per view. So whatever what your content is, you'll type in the words, that your keywords, your meta tags, right? And then they'll show you how much the words are worth. and usually it's worth, some of the boards are like 10 cents. That's why like you don't get nothing. You get like a penny a view because some ads only pay 5 cents, 10 cents, 15 cents. But when you put in a budget of like 15 and it's over the web, it goes like that. The 15, the 15, $20, whatever it is, of what your campaign is. So that's why you have to like pinpoint it to exactly uh, what the audience you want to target. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for stopping in. I see you in Rant Jams live. Hiding from the cops. Yeah. Well, you'd probably have to like make a video and then promote it. You know. Well, no cops tonight. I might have to go out there and start something. They got like two giant parking lots for people to go to the beach here. You're better off because if you park in the street, you got to pay. Hey, I'm in for that, buddy. 10 grand, I can use that. Okay, Alana. See you later. Yeah, a lot of people do that. Like they offer free gifts and this and all of that. I mean, YouTube is funny. Confused about what? Yeah, you could do that, but not like in AdWords. I mean, you could do that in AdWords. So your campaign, you would just write that in, and then you would pay to have it put on the keywords that you want, like the search terms. So when somebody goes into YouTube and they search in the YouTube box, then you'll come up in those ads because you don't want to come up in the whole wide web. You want to try to, like, I'm not sure if you can limit it to YouTube in AdWords. What are you confused about, Alana? I'm always confused. Why? I'm always like, why? 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 I didn't forget much this time we came here. See, the last time I drove and I had everything because I just loaded my car up. I didn't care. Oh, okay. See you later, alligator. All right, gotcha. Yeah, why not? They have giveaways. Yeah, you could probably give it away. I don't see why not. As long as it's within YouTube terms. I mean, I've never seen anything about giving away money is against their terms and conditions. So I guess you'd be all right. I mean, I'm sure maybe somebody YouTube will win it. Yeah. So like you could do a campaign and just write in the campaign that you're giving away $500. Come to my channel. And these are the terms and conditions of winning the $500. What channels? And it's YouTube creators, YouTube this and YouTube that, and they give up some pretty good information. That's how I found out about that guy Todd, who's in charge of YouTube search engine. Said that YouTube looks more at the thumbnails than they do at the meta tags or the description. So what I'm going to do, just put a thumbnail, no description. But he said title is important. He also said that the title is also important. So you got to have a good title. And when you do a like a YouTube title, the title should be in the description, like to spam, I guess, or clickbait. You can clickbait. That's not against YouTube rules. Not like extensive clickbait, but you can sort of clickbait. It'd be expensive using the AdWords. Because you might get people to click on that you care less. But YouTube gives their customers the benefit of the doubt that people are clicking on it um, for no reason, not just the customer or where the click is coming from and who's clicking on it, why they're clicking on it, what they were searching when they first. Like I don't know how they even did like this immense algorithm to protect their the advertisers. I mean, a lot of the ads that I watch on YouTube, I watch them, just to give the people the monetization. But a lot of the ads don't even pertain to me. Like I get a lot of fitness ads, and it used to be Filmora. I think like yeah, that a lot of that was out there. I haven't seen it. Kenneth the Kentucky fan, what's up, buddy? Welcome. Good to see you. We're talking about YouTube. Uh, um, Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like, what makes a good title? Like joyful show. A title like that is generally going to be targeted to your specific audience. So meaning that like right now, like my live stream is targeted to my specific audience. Then I think YouTube figures out what you watch, and then there's that live stream when people search through and they're looking for video to watch because they're giving you videos that they think you might want to watch, and then they give you the live stream. Everybody's live stream, so you might be found in that. So if you just have like joyful show, I mean, people might come in and see what's going on. But if you want to be searched after the fact for whatever reason, then you might want to have a little more creative title with a little more content in it, because like no one on the net is going to search joyful show, so you'll never come up. Or even in YouTube, no one is going to search joyful show, where somebody might search uh, how to use a cell phone, like how to use the flash on my cell phone. So if the video is about that, then you might get after traffic to your live stream. Fireman CV, what's up, my man? Kenneth, I'm sitting out here. I'm in Florida, and there's my view. I love this view. I'm on the sixth floor in the back, and this is awesome. I was here last year, and this is a better view than last year because it's like a bigger window. Last year, I like this, like the window was half the size of this, but it had sort of like an ocean view. Right, right. Well, live comedy, that's too broad. So you want to be more specific, because you be in a lot of the comedy. That's a big word. For keyword, that's a huge word. So you might say like a funny face, um, whatever, your joke, But I mean that would work if you want to be found after. Then you would need like meta tags and a description to help them find you like that. Because I don't know what he was really talking about. When that guy Todd said all you need is um, a tail and a good title, and don't worry about the meta tags. He said the meta tags are for people that get their name spelled wrong. So you want to so you want to spell your name wrong with the meta tags. I was like, I never heard of that. I don't know if the guy. I just couldn't. So then I came to the conclusion that he's just talking about like YouTube search and not www search, World Wide Web. Yeah, I think they're all important. Tags, title, and descriptions. Because I guess now YouTube has a way of reading thumbnails. They see what the thumbnail is, and they can scan it, and then they come out with a conclusion. Ah, no problem. Right, right. So like when you see those top channels, like you're not going to be able to compete with them. So you got to find niche words that sort of brings you to those words. There was because like if you're trying to compete with PewDiePie, I mean, that's, whatever he uses for his, But I mean, if you're trying to sell something and those are the top guys, you got to find words that kind of like it's like a niche word in a sense. Yeah, I got to look into TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy probably does the same like if you went to AdWords, but TubeBuddy helps you with YouTube, right? Yeah, so AdWords is for the World Wide Web. Yeah, TubeBuddy look at tags, the top channels have all the tags you can. Right. Yeah, I think that one guy who's what's his name? That big guy, the heavyset guy. He's got a YouTube channel and he tries to help people with YouTube. He said the same thing, like fill up the tags. But then that guy Todd, he he said the tags are only for the name. That confused me to. I'm waiting for a police car to chase some guy down the street so I can get it on I can record it. I'm trying to figure out how to use the OBS. Yeah, yeah, because that was like yeah, right, over 1 million views. That's what you need too. You need like a video like that. That'll really help the channel. Oh, you could do it. Yeah, yeah. Fireman is very knowledgeable about um, a lot of stuff. I mean, he's got like he's really good at like expressing the product or expressing his video. That's very important too. It's very clear, very detailed, and that's hard to do. See, like that's hard for me to do because like I understand it, but to make it come out like being from Brooklyn and get my head bashed all the time, it's harder for me to like express the to have it come out like a professional. Yeah, you go into people's live streams, people support you, but you'll notice that like a lot of your views don't come from your subscribers. Like if I check my stats, like a lot of my views don't even come from my subscribers. I don't have that many subscribers anyway, but like 1,300, nothing. It's like pocket change, if that. That's like lint. But a lot of the views I've been trying to like set it up. Like I don't want to go in OBS like use it and then look like I don't know what I'm doing. But I had it. I'm trying to get the hang of it to do the OBS. No, just so I have like a nice background. You know, like today, I think I have a nice background. But OBS is pretty cool, and there's a lot you can do with it. And I've seen a lot of people do like some really good stuff with it. It's pretty amazing stuff. But is there a place that you can get apps for the OBS? Like you just search OBS apps or plugins? Okay, yeah, I'll do that. Right, that's what you want. You want organic traffic. So the more organic traffic you get from non-subs, the the more YouTube thinks your video is worth it. Yeah, that's I was thinking about doing the same thing. Oh, Streamlabs, right. I heard of that. Yeah, I was thinking of doing like OBS on another Google account and then watch it on my phone and see how it works. You know, without anybody else watching me, I'll just watch it on that. Because anybody could upload a video. Then I can always just delete it. Like my live streams, I just make them private after. Because there's no point in me having, like, if somebody does come to my channel and they want to view more videos, I feel like there's no one's gonna sit there for like 2 hours watching a live stream if it's not really, that great, unless somebody really wants to watch me for 2 hours. So I doubt it. I think live streams are like the moment, and then after that, anybody sees anything 3 hours, no one's gonna watch. That's just too long. So like I just put them to private, so when people do come in and they do want to look at the videos, they'll see actually my actual videos that I made, like the one I did about the bongos, the most recent ones. Just like straight up videos that are like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. The car reviews, stuff like that. So more people be more interested in watching that than me sitting here talking. Oh yeah, say it right. That's a good idea too. Just hit the record button. Yeah, that's right. And then you could just play it back and watch it. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, you know what I want to ask you? Remember that mic you got a while back? You said you bought it on Amazon. That mic, man, you sound great on that. What was the name of that mic? I got to text it to myself so I remember what it was. Yes, Fireman. You have like that nice silver mic. That's probably the best sounding mic I've heard yet. Samsung, thank you. Samsung CO1U. All right. Thank you, sir. That's amazing. For $20 on Craigslist. Oh, even better. Wow. That mic sounds really good. ZPD Survival, how are you? Yeah, that's like the best sounding one. Even like with the mold, like that really expensive mic, that's like $500. Yeah, that's that, as long as it works. I always look for used stuff. You know, you buy new and you pay extra for it. USB powered, that's good. That's even better. So some mics go external power, and then you gotta plug it into your laptop or your whatever it is. Oh, so with that, you just plug it into USB and you're good. So that's even better. So you won't have the option of even losing the power supply for it because you just get a USB cable anyway and use it. Yeah, that's good. That's like that fan, USB. It's awesome. You know, you could do USB or AC. Joyful, do you do stand up? Oh yeah. Well, they have. If you buy something, I think for $100, they have free parking. A free mic. Okay. I had those Asdens mics. They were terrible. Those wireless mics. Oh, that's awesome. Wow. Man, B&H. Man, you hook up with them. Yeah. Wow, B&H. That's big time. They've been around a long time. I used to go to them when they were in like 18th Street, and they had like this messed up store. And then they opened up that gigantic place on 30. What is that? 34th Street, What- right over there on Ninth Avenue. And it was all cameras when they first opened up. Then digital came out, and they just changed the whole store. They just went with the flow. You know, a lot of those camera stores are out of business except for them. Well, Adorama's still around. Yeah, I would go in there and buy like used stuff, like cheap lenses, and they worked. You know, for manual focus cameras, all those lenses were good. All that glass was all well made stuff. You know, especially like the fixed focals, they were pretty much all good glass, except for like the zoom lenses. They were crap. You know, they had like the f6.3, f5. Yeah, those businesses pretty much went out. There was so many like small labs all over. They're gone. It's all like web based. Nice. Wow, that's good. Well, you do great reviews. Like like everything like is so like specific. That's good. I'm like, wow, I gotta stop doing that. I'm always in a rush. I'm trying to get people like to watch my videos for sort of like comedy or some like not comedy, but I don't know. I'm hoping that they'll watch it. Like I got a few good videos, not a million, but enough where they put me over to 10,000. I got the time. I just didn't have the subscribers when they flipped over. Oh yeah, wow. I never liked developing stuff. I just didn't have the patience for it. I remember like going to the labs, like especially in the city, and guys they wouldn't even do the prints; they would just print their negatives, and they would go with loops and look at the negative and make sure it wasn't soft or was just like almost perfect, or else they wouldn't print it. I mean, you can go into Walmart and get a decent print. If you could like color correct on your machine and edit it and crop it the way you want it, and you send it to Walmart and you buy their high print paper, you might get a good print back for nothing. Like I was buying at Walmart 4 cents a 4x6. That's cheap. My and like when I would shoot the weddings, like my images would come back good enough to print. I didn't have to like go and edit and color correct everything, and everything was like I see all these guys shooting like with no flash indoors. Like, dude, like I would hire like even assistants. They would come in no flash. I was like, dude, you got to have a flash, or else everything would be yellow. They wouldn't even set like their white balance or do like you like set their white balance properly for tungsten or whatever it was. So if you shoot flash, you set your white balance to flash, your image is all going to come out good. And then you would have to learn how to like drag your shutter and stuff like that. So that's why with the old cameras, when you had like 2/50th of a second, you were good. With a camera that only syncs at 1/60th of a second, then you need a high speed flash. So the flash would sync up with like 1/1000th of a second. All right, bro. Wow. Flush down the toilet. Oh man. So like what was the proper way of getting rid of the old chemicals? Was it like was there a certain way of getting rid of it? ZPD? Like how were you supposed to get rid of the chemicals? I mean, you know how many chemicals will probably flush down the toilet for all these like college students? Like in college, taking a photography course and you got to develop it yourself. Yeah. Oh yeah, their machines, like those Fuji's, they make great prints. Fantastic. The only thing like the box stores can't do is color correct. That's it. So like if you go to Walmart, yeah, it's probably still they probably still do it. But if you go to like a professional lab, what they'll do is they'll color correct it and they'll spot it because sometimes like the machines they'll leave little spots on the print. So if you're selling the print for 40, 50, 60, like the most expensive print I ever sold was $450. You know, and it was huge. I think it was like 40 by 50, something like that. It was a while ago. It was a wedding, and you know they that was professional print, right? Right. So if you can color correct at home, then you're good. So then you could like upload it, and then you got to make sure you select the box that says "Do not color correct." Like when you upload it to Walmart, or else then they'll do their own little color correction. You know, like if you go to Photoshop, they have autocorrect. They have like the same thing. But I used to go to this lab where they printed wedding albums. Man, you had to see how fast they would color correct images on the computer. So they had a CRT screen monitor, and then they had a cover on it, and they had their keyboard, and it would go through the pictures like crazy, doing the proofs. You know, color correcting the proofs. That's why I only paid 4 cents a print. I'm not gonna pay 25 cents a print. You know how much I would have to charge for a wedding to to pay 25, 35 cents a 4 by 6. So with digital, you're going to shoot a wedding, you could take 2,000 pictures. Then you're going to, what you would do is you would go through all the blinks, get rid of them. I wouldn't give people that. Get all the blinks out, all the, you know, and try to give them like 500. Because if you give somebody 1,000 pictures, it's going to be hard for them to even go through them. Yeah. So like if you're doing weddings and you want to light up your backgrounds and you're shooting, let's say, with an 80D, what you want to do is you might want to set up a couple of lights around the room, so when you do shoot, you'll give some more light in the background. Because like if you're at the reception, you don't want to shoot at 1/25th of a second. Everything will come out black. So what I used to do is I used to just shoot everything at like a 60th. But with the flash at a 60th and a 30th, it was good enough to freeze like dancing movement. Because like when they dance, they're moving slow. They're not like, break dancing and spinning on the floor where you're going to get that trail. You know what I mean? So at least this way, if you shoot at a 30th, you're going to get a little more ambient light coming up in the back with the flash. Right. Right. So like at the reception, like I was at a party, a sweet 16, and the lady was using a Nikon 900. Excuse me. Now she had an idea. Oh, I'm sorry. She had an idea of how to, like get people, and she was good at that. Getting people to like pay attention to her, because that's one of the things you need to do as a wedding photographer, is have people, follow what you want them to do, without coming out off as an asshole, because people don't get mad at you. So the first thing you have to do is, when you're shooting a wedding, you got to come off like you know what you're doing. You can't sit there like scratch your head. You know what I mean? Because uh, they'll think you don't know what you're doing, and then they won't listen to you. So the way I used to like have people pay attention to me is, I would always ask the bride and groom to get somebody's attention. Like, because if they call their mom and dad, they're gonna come. If I call mom and dad, they're gonna be like, yeah, okay, I'll be right there. Wait an hour. But anyway, but she did a decent job, but like her camera limited to what she was able to do. That was pretty much what it came down to. But she probably could shoot a basic like wedding, but not like a high end wedding. I wouldn't hire her for that, because one, she doesn't have the equipment to do. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean she did a nice job. I'm not saying she did a bad job. I'm just saying, like, I went to Sweet 16 with Alana, and I told her, like, I was trying to explain to her, but she's still mad at me. It's not, you can't take it personal. I'm not talking about. I said she did a good job, you know. But what I was trying to explain is about ambient light and how to balance the light in the room. So you need to, like, shoot a certain way. So when you shot subject in the room, everything doesn't come out black. So you don't even know what it is. You want to, like, give the audience an idea of where they are. So they're in the reception, you're out at night. You want to let's say you take people outside and shoot them in a lit up scene in the pitch black. So you got to bring that light up. So you can't bring it up with just having your camera on automatic, because it's only going to expose for the flash. So you have to tell the camera to expose for the ambient light and expose for the flash on your subjects. If that makes any sense. So like, if you're outside at night, like night like this, and you want to bring up that ambient light, you would need a quarter second, and that'll bring up that ambient light. So you could do that quarter second at 5.6 or f8, because you want a sharp picture. So like at nighttime, you don't want that bokeh, because it'll look crappy, because it's already dark. Bokeh works really good in a certain situation, but in daylight, it works better. Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm just like talking about, like, my opinion of, me shooting, from film going into digital, like this, from my experience. I'm just saying that she's limited of perhaps her knowledge and the camera. That's why, like, a lot of, like, I'm on some photography things, and people say, oh, how much should I charge uh, this client that's my first one? I says, do it for free. Because if you mess up that person's job, at least you did it for free. They're not paying you for a crappy job. You know what I mean? Like, why would you charge somebody for something the first time you don't know what you're doing? Like, the way I learned how to shoot weddings is I trailed for free for about a year. And then the guys I would trail with would, like, give me like $50, $75 if they gave it to me. Some guys wouldn't give me nothing. Like, I would go out with a studio, and the guy would get a tip, and he wouldn't share it with me. So I would go home. But I was there to learn. to see what he was doing. And sometimes it would give me a tip and I'll do it like this and do it like that. And then you learn how to pose people. There's so many different, ways of handling people. Because like as a wedding photographer, if you don't know what you're doing, you could waste the person's whole day. Like, oh, let's go. Come on, I gotta take this picture. I gotta take that. But if you know what you're doing, like you could just I can shoot, like I used to shoot a whole wedding in 3 hours. Like if somebody hired me for 3 hours, I can shoot the whole wedding and they can print an album. So that's the goal. Even like in 1 hour, like they're gonna hire you for an hour. They're gonna pay you $200 for an hour, but you got to produce an album in that 2 hours. Let's just say all we want is a formal, one shot. I mean, but technically, people want pictures of their family, like the bride with her dad and all this stuff, and you got to do all that. The groom, and there's so many pictures. Yeah, Atlanta. I'm not saying anything bad about her. I'm just using that as an example. She was a nice lady. You know, you don't take it personal. Right, exactly. Now you understand. So when you're shooting somebody's wedding, you have to know what you're doing. That's why I tell guys, either don't do it or, don't charge them. Unless you seriously know what you're doing. Because you're shooting somebody's wedding. And I used to go out and shoot for studios. They would pay me 400, 500 a wedding. I used to make whatever. Yeah, sometimes they wouldn't even feed me. And when I shot all those weddings, man, I was fat. I used to eat because I used to shoot Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I used to shoot a lot. Like during the film times, we used to shoot a lot because nobody had cameras. Everybody was shooting Hasselblads. I had Bronica's SQAIs. They were 6x6 medium format. Nobody had those cameras. Nobody even knew how to use them. Nobody knew what to do with them. Like it was all manual. So like when you went outside in the sunlight, you had to know like how to set your flash and how to set everything. And at night in the reception, you had to have all your backs. And then digital just changed the whole industry. Yeah. Guys would open the film backs. Oh, that was the one thing I always did with the most caution is open up the film back, even though I had to do it quick. So sometimes, let's say, for instance, you went to you had the procession of the bride. So my camera gave me 12 shots, I think, on 220 roll. Or was it 24 shots? Yeah, 24 shots. On a 220 roll, 110 roll, you got 12 shots. So I got 24 shots to shoot her coming through the door. Well, you have to shoot the whole wedding party first coming in. Then you got to shoot her walking down the aisle with her dad. Then you got to get behind them, shoot them walking backwards into the church and get the whole church. And then you had to try to get the kiss shot. You know what I mean? So let's say you were shooting before that, like you were shooting people in the aisles, shooting the guests. And you had like 10, and you already took 10 shots on your 220. So you had to take that, put the, put the dark cart slide in, take that back off and put it fresh back on. So you don't have to do that, during the most important part. And the most important shot you wanted to get was when the dad kissed the bride, when he's giving her away. That was like one of the most important shots. And like the groom shaking the dad's hand if they did that. The flooding of batteries. Yeah, yeah. One time, a guy hired me to go to court to uh, to talk about JPEGs versus raw images. So what happened was he hired this guy was a brilliant guy. He was an engineer. He was so smart, and he was defending himself in court. He was actually suing the photographer who gave him JPEGs, and on the contract it said raw files. So the guy, the photographer, instead of just giving back his money, because that's all you can sue for is the value of the contract. He hired a lawyer, right? And this guy paid me like $400 twice to go to court. One time we went to court and the other lawyer didn't show up. We all went home and he still paid me. And then I went back. They put me on the witness stand, and I says that raw files are more, they have more information than JPEG. I forgot what it was. It was a long time ago. And then the lawyer was like, "Oh, what school did you go to? Where did you get your education? Oh, so you have no formal education?" No, because I'm like a self-taught. I was a self-taught guy. So, but the lawyer made me look bad because the guy's a lawyer. And I don't know if the guy won or not, but I mean, he was fighting for nothing too. It's like if you have a 24 megapixel camera and you're shooting JPEGs, you're gonna get 12, 15, let's say megapixel images. You could print off of that. You don't need raw files. I never shot raw, to be honest, and my pictures came out beautiful because the most you're gonna print is a 20 by 24. Anything can print a 20 by 24. You don't need a 36 megapixel camera to full frame or a medium format like the new Fuji to get good quality. You don't need that because any camera is going to give you, any sensor is going to give you a good image. It's all how you shoot the image and how you light it. If you light it correctly and the light is good and there's no camera shake, you're going to probably get a good image. Even on your cell phone. Like if you can get a good balanced image where like these have poor lights, if they have better flashes, you would get better pictures. Especially like with packages. Like so I had like my first camera was a 1D and it was 4 megapixels. The camera was like this big. 4 megapixels. And it was a full frame sensor. So that's why Canon like took off passing Nikon because they came out with that full frame sensor. Nikon was still in the APS-C. And then guys were like boasting about the 20D. And that was an APS-C. And that camera, you can get a camera, you can buy that camera for like $50. And that was the best camera there was. And you got to see the prints people did with that. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Yeah. Well, when you take your pictures, try to use your flash. See, like the key is like to get a really good outdoor shot is to like sort of balance the flash with the light around you. And sometimes you just want to just throw a little pop in it. And all the flashes today have exposure compensation. So you could bring that flash exposure all the way down to like 1, let's say. And just give a little pop. because you never want cat eyes or dark shadows, especially in women. If you're shooting like a formal, or but if you're shooting like something artistic, or but that's different. Yeah. So like the best quality you can get is 50 ISO. So back in the day, a lot of photographers shot with 50 because that was the best, density in film you can get. So like you don't want to shoot your images based on your ISO. Depending what you're going for, if you're going for high quality, you want to base your pic. You want to use a flash. You want to light your subject and bring your ISO down. So like I think my 80D goes down to 100 ISO. So I try to shoot everything at 100 because that's the best quality you're going to get. So when you go 800, 1600, it's going to get grainier and grainier. So the bigger you print, you're going to get more grain. Right, your shutter speed. Well, your shutter speed is going to go according to your ISO. So if you're outdoors, you can go to a lower ISO and a higher shutter speed because you have more light. And then your aperture is going to depend on your depth of field. Yeah. So when you're indoors and you're not using flash, you're going to need minimum 400 ISO, 800 ISO, depending on your aperture. So let's say, for instance, you're shooting, Canon or Nikon or Sony. They have 2.8 lenses. They have like Canon has a 1.2, 50, and an 85. The glass is like that. It's $2,000 lens. So with a 1.2, you could get more light in with ambient light without using your flash and bring down your ISO because that's the idea. But you use the 1.2 to get a lot of bokeh. And then bokeh people misuse it because like a lot of guys like they'll shoot bokeh and they just blow the entire background out. And to me, I don't like that. Like I like to at least tell the viewer what it is in a sense. You want to like know what a little bit of what the background is. I mean, that's how I see it. Because you'll see a lot of pictures where like it's all about bokeh. Like they're more concerned with the bokeh. Like if you watch a lot of videos like Casey Neistat or Peter McKinnon, so what they do is they use the bokeh, but their bokeh is not like let's say a 2.8 or 1 point. Their bokeh is like 5.6, and the way they place the camera and the distance they are from what they want in bokeh matters on what the bokeh is going to be like. So they'll be in focus, but the background will be like, let's say, a stop out of focus. So they'll stand out a little more, and the videos look a little better, rather than you just being flat with your shot. You're going to stand out a little bit. So it'll be you, and then it'll go depth of field behind you. But yeah. So let's say, for instance, if you have a 1.2 and I focus on my nose, probably my eyes will be out of focus, because that's just how that 1.2 works. But if you put it at, let's say, 5.8, 5.6, my facial features will be in focus, but my behind me will be out of focus, depending how far you are. Post Media GM channel, how are you? Right, right. Yeah, like a friend of mine, he was shooting like he wanted to buy a camera, and I recommended the Lumix FZ300, which is a great camera, and he was shooting hummingbirds. I says, dude, get a flash, put it, you know, close to them from your distance with some kind of a trigger, and the you'll get freeze action. You know. Yeah, I could bring you back a keychain. Good night, Alana. See you in about 5 minutes. Yeah, so photography. I mean, there's a lot to learn, and pretty much like if you get into like SLR, you want to buy lenses and then buy a camera. Yeah, because the lenses is what's going to give you your images. Why using the flash? No, but I mean, if you have like a system to do the hummingbirds, and yeah, go with it. Well, what you would do is like, actually, I have one. Hold on. I think I have. So all you would really need is like a 283 flash, and then you get something like this that plugs into the back of the flash, and then it has a like a sensor here that'll trigger the flash. So what you would do is you would set this flash to whatever exposure you want to give the bird, and then your flash you would bring the power down, and your flash would trigger this flash. So you could like let's say you have the bird feeder 20 feet in front of you, and you zoomed in on the bird. So you would take the flash and put it on a light stand with this in the back. Or let's say you had, cannons that could read each other through radio frequency. You could do that too. And that's one way of lighting up the bird. But if you have enough light, 2,000th of a second should be enough to freeze their wings, because that's the goal, right? Is to freeze the wings. Yeah, you don't need fancy stuff. I mean, like a 283 is, you can pick them up, a light stand, you know, you could even put like a cable from your hot shoe or your flash sync on the camera and go right to the flash and shoot off it. But I mean, if you're doing thousands, I mean, you probably have a system down that works for you. Yeah, that's good. That's the best way of doing it. Just shoot what you got. What are you shooting with? Wow. Fuji film. Is that's a point and shoot? Well, if you're doing, like, okay, yeah, if you shoot, if it's working out, then yes, go with it. That's awesome. Yeah, that's fine. But like, let's say like even that, if it has a flash on it, You could just put the flash closer. Like if you go to Central Park and there's a lot of birding in that park, a lot, and you'll see guys they'll set up and they have they all use flash because they're all like in these trees and it's dark or whatever. But yeah. But with hummingbirds, like the hardest thing is to I never shot hummingbirds. It's the idea is to freeze them in flight, flapping their wings and catch them without having it all like blurry or soft. But whatever works, that's what you go with. Okay. So you shoot it handheld? Yeah, capture and create. And believe it or not, like a lot of these like great images you see, a lot of photographers they'll take like 100 pictures before they get that one good shot. Okay, yeah, using a tripod. Do you get a lot of soft images, or your images technically come out sharp? Or like you put it on a timer and let it shoot that way? Because don't forget, like every time you press the button, you're moving the camera. Yeah, because see, like when I used to do the weddings, the Bronica had mirror up, so I would always put the mirror up first and then shoot in the formals. So then, like with the Canon itself, you don't have time to just shoot. But even with the Canon, when I went to the Canon, I would do wide view, and that would bring the mirror up. But I wouldn't compose my shots in the live view or compose the shots through the viewfinder, then go live view and bring the mirror up and then cable release just to do the formals. Because that's what you got to print. So let's say the mother, she wants her son. I want a 20 by 24, 11 by 14. So you got to have like sharp images for that. And the way to get sharp images is to have a clean lens, the first thing, right? And a tripod and mirror up. Yes, but if it doesn't have like an electronic cable release, then and you're pushing on the button, you might get camera shake. Because I think I have a Fuji here. Yeah. So like this is not your camera, right? This is just like an action camera. But if I was to always press this button, even on a tripod, you're going to get a little bit of camera shake. So on this camera, there's no cable release because it's underwater. But I also put this lanyard on, so if I have my bathing suit, you just put it around your neck and walk around like that, and then I have this to go on the water, but I have the little handle. But I mean, that's what you want to do. You want to try to like always do cable release. So if you did say like you wanted to get some SLRs, you can technically get since you're shooting outdoors, you don't really need fast lenses, to shoot hummingbirds. So you could technically get like a 60D, a 70D, or a 7D. Like those older models, even a 20D. As long as you get a good lens, like even a 70 to 300 for outdoors, you're gonna get. You'll be able to do a live view, I think, on those cameras, but you will have an electronic cable release. So you'll just eliminate that camera shake. Kelly Reynolds, hello. Nice to see you. It's even like like a lot of people when they vlog, you know, they might not have a really good picture because they don't clean their lens. You got a lens here, just clean it. I always clean my lens before I take pictures. You know, or like somebody asks me, oh, "Can you take my picture?" I'll clean it because I'm taking the picture. So if they look at their picture, they say, "Oh, that guy took a shitty picture." Yeah, because your lens is all full of grease and smudge from what you were eating. But if you just wipe it down, you're gonna have a clean lens. Even like on my laptop, I didn't clean it before I went live, but maybe I should have. But that's a lens too. So a lot of times when you open and close, you might touch it and get oil on it. So you're reducing the quality of the shot. But the first like order of action when you're doing pictures is to have steadiness. Because even like handheld, you don't want to shake the camera, especially like that trigger pull. When you're holding it, everybody, you got to put pressure on it. Like that. So like these cameras, they sort of have like a cable release because you just go, it's voice activated, so you go shoot. So if you have it on a tripod and you want to do voice, you don't want to like press the button on it. You could just say shoot, and the camera will shoot on its own without you, pressing the button. But these don't actually have physical buttons. These have electronic, like buttons like that. So you might not get that much camera shake anyway. No problem, bro. Thank you. Talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, cleaning the lenses is very important. The other thing too, a lot of guys, what a lot of shooters they'll do is they'll buy high-end equipment like lenses and put a filter on it. And I mean, it's good to have a filter, but if you buy a haze filter and you buy an expensive lens, it's gonna have a haze coating on it. So like if you buy like any Canon lens today, it's probably gonna have a coating that you don't need an external filter to put on. Like even if you buy B&W, like that expensive filter that costs $75, you're just reducing your image quality because now you're shooting through your $3,000 lens through a piece of glass that costs $50. It just makes no sense. There you go. So Kelly, next time you take pictures with your phone, give a little breath, take your t-shirt, and clean the lens. Yeah, you just and the front lens too. Like if you're live streaming or you just clean the front lens. A lot of people don't clean that lens. So what I do is like I'll have filters on my camera. I mean on my lenses, but I'll take them off. So then I'll put them on and I'll take them off like that. And I just leave them on there in case just to protect the front lens when I'm not using it. I mean the lens cap does that, but I just have the filters on there anyway. But when I'm shooting, I'll take them off. And even like I just bought a new lens, I'm not even gonna buy a lens filter for it because to me it's just a waste of money. To to buy like a for an expensive lens, even like a cheap Canon lens, they're coated. Well, guys, hit that like button. I'm still waiting for the police. I haven't heard any sirens yet. Oh, okay. I think my next phone's going to be an iPhone or a Google Pixel. I mean, they say the Google Pixel is the best phone out there, but I noticed like iPhones have always taken great pictures, always done a great job, and they're sharp, clear. Oh wow! And what is like attached to the phone? Atlanta. Oh, okay, that's cool. There's my palm tree. It is quiet out there. Oh, cool. What, from the party? Videos from the party? Go out there and run around. Hey, wake up, everybody. Yeah. This place is all there's a lot of bars, but it's never like overcrowded. Like I've never been here where it was like packed. Probably in the winter time there's more people because right now it's summer. What's the point in coming down here? I just came here for my daughter. Just take her somewhere on vacation that's safe for her and easy stuff to do, walk around. I'm always in trouble. I'm trying to stay out of trouble. I don't think I saw a cop all day. It's funny down here. They have the Easy Pass lane. Where you pay. They have 6 lanes, and then the last 2 lanes they turn them into express lanes, and you got to pay for that. It's like and both all the express lanes and the regular lanes are traveling at the same time. It's like, why would you pay extra money to be in that express lane? It makes no sense. No, it's just I'm just trying to add a little humor to the stream, saying that I'm waiting for like some cops chasing a guy so I can catch it. Oh, good night, ZDP. Thanks for coming in. Alana, how's So? Did you put him in his crate? It's almost 2 in the morning. Wow. Chit chatting away. Chit chatting away. Why? What happened? Is he all right? He's cute though. What are you worried about? Shaking syndrome? How old is he? Hmm. Maybe it's his food. Just put him on dog food. Don't give him any more, like McDonald's or anything like that. You know, Just give him dog food. I mean, I don't think that would really what he's eating would hurt him that bad, but yeah, he's like what shaking. Oh, so he does it while he's sleeping. Oh, I'm trying to read it. So maybe he's just having a dream if he's sleeping. Yeah, well, get him, make him sleep in the crate, and then he won't move the bed anymore when he's having dreams. Dogs dream like everybody dreams. You know, even Beamer dreams. Why he does it awake? Make a video of it when he's doing it. Try to have the camera, your phone ready. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. Well, if the vet says it's neurological. Huh. But how old is he? You said he's 3 years old. Oh, he's 2.5. Yeah, he shouldn't be doing that. Oh, it's 2:30. Wow. All right, Lance. I'm gonna call it quits. All right, honey. Good night. Love you. Okay.